The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
Hello, listeners. I am Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
A paranormal dudes.
Reading paranormal stories.
Mr. X, I got a question for you. How do you feel about big, hairy men?
Big, hairy men? You mean bears?
Well, close. Probably the same thing as our subject today.
Maybe.
It's because, you know the name of the episode. We're talking about Bigfoot. We were discussing Bigfoot.
Bigfoot? Yeah.
It's episode 50. And to kind of commemorate that, we have withheld at least 50 episodes to discuss an extremely popular topic, which I don't know if the market is going to be too saturated for it, and it'll just kind of slip away unnoticed. But, maybe this is for us, damn it!
Yeah, this is to mark our milestone that took us like 8 weeks longer than it should have.
Yeah, I was listening to a McElroy Brothers episode today, and they're on episode 800.
Yeah.
And they've been doing the show so consistently for, I think, like 16 years. And they said consistently, that's 50 episodes a year.
Yeah. If you take like 2 weeks of vacation. Yeah.
Yeah, like over the holidays.
Yeah. We've covered a couple of Bigfoot things.
Right.
There was that one story of the woman driving back to Alabama who saw a very scared Bigfoot on the side of the road.
Oh, yes.
And then there was the guy who was hunting Bigfoots and came across those aliens in the rental car.
In the rental car, yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have been wanting to read this account since we started the podcast, and it's not from Reddit. It's actually an account from Theodore Roosevelt, which is much better written than...
Now, for the people who don't know, who was Theodore Roosevelt?
Theodore Roosevelt was the governor of New York, who later went on to become the president of the United States, and I think is the cousin of the more successful Roosevelt, who, implemented all those social programs that we still use to this day. Some
Sure.
more annoying than others, but... Theodore Roosevelt gave us national parks.
Which, cool. Yeah.
I've never used one. So.
I mean, we like national parks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever... Oh, you know what? I don't think I've ever been to one.
Well, you live in the backyard of the Rocky Mountains National Park, so...
You think I'm going to go out there? There's mountain lions there.
Yeah. So this story is a lot longer than I thought. Much better written than what we're used to reading. But I thought it'd be fun for us to just dive into this, see what an old-timey encounter is like, and then we can do a couple of our regular things. Hopefully this plays well. Otherwise,
I mean, fingers crossed.
We're just sticking to Reddit. So.
I will say this is something I've wanted to do on the show for a long time. We did some old hand accounts of paranormal stories.
We read
toward the beginning of the podcast.
An old-timey article one time that was pretty fun.
And I really liked that. So I'm glad we're coming back to this.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm just going to dive right into it to save us some time. But this is from an article by Kirk Torrance Smith from the website tota.world. It's titled Teddy Roosevelt's Retelling of an Old Trapper's Encounter in the Bitterroot Mountains. All right. This is the article here, and then it'll tell you when we dive into the story. Long before he was president, even before he was a Rough Rider, Assistant Secretary of War, or Governor of New York State, Theodore Roosevelt tried his hand at ranching in the wilds of North Dakota. until the blizzards of 1886 to 87 wiped out most of his cattle herd. One of his books from these formative years, The Wilderness Hunter, contains perhaps the first widely distributed modern tale of a Bigfoot encounter with early American West pioneers. In this book, Roosevelt relays an account as told to him by an elderly frontiersman, describing nightmarish events experienced during his earlier excursions into this region. These events allegedly occurred in the Bitterroot Range, spanning Idaho to Montana, likely during the early mid-1800s, when men of such ilk as James Bridger, Jebediah Smith, and Liver-Eating Johnson.
What?
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
Relentlessly scoured the West for pelts. The following is Teddy Roosevelt's retelling in full. All right, you're actually going to be able to tell this is Theodore Roosevelt just from how it's written.
Oh, good.
We used to have class and racism. Back when
Used
racists
to.
had class, you know. Okay, it's the story. Frontiersmen are not, as a rule, apt to be superstitious. I guess we're frontiersmen. They lead lives too hard and practical and have too little imagination in things spiritual and supernatural. Okay, I guess we're not frontiersmen. I feel like I have plenty of imagination. I've heard but few ghost stories while living on the frontier, and those few were of a perfectly commonplace and conventional type. What does that mean, Theodore Roosevelt?
Hey, Theo. What?
But I once listened to a goblin story, which rather impressed me. A grizzled, weather-beaten old mountain hunter by the name of Bowman, who was born and had passed all his life on the frontier. He must have believed what he said, for he could hardly repress a shudder at a certain point of the tale. But he was of German ancestry, and in childhood had doubtless been saturated with all kinds of ghost and goblin lore, so that many fearsome superstitions were latent in his mind. Besides, he knew well the story told by the Indian medicine men in their winter camps of snow walkers and the specters, and the formless evil beings that haunt the forest depths, and then dog and waylay the lonely wanderer, who after nightfall passes through the regions where they lurk. And it may be that even overcome by the horror of the fate that befell his friend, and when oppressed by the awful dread of the unknown, he grew to attribute both the time and still more in remembrance weird elfin traits to what was merely some wicked and cunning wild beast. But whether this was or not, no man can say. All right, starting it off, Teddy's a skeptic. Doesn't believe in any of this nonsense, but the story intrigued him enough that he put it down in a book. A lot like us starting a podcast. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't have an answer. Does that mean I believe? Could be.
It's more likely than you think.
When the event occurred, Bauman was still a young man and was trapping with a partner among the mountains, dividing the forks of the Salmon from the head of the Wisdom River. Having had not much luck, he and his partner determined to go up into a particularly wild and lonely pass through which ran a small stream said to contain many beavers. The pass had an evil reputation because the year before, a solitary hunter who had wandered into it was slain, seemingly by a wild beast. The half-eaten remains being afterwards found by some mining prospectors who had passed his camp only the night before.
Probably the beavers.
Can you imagine? It's like that.
Being gnawed to death by beavers.
It was like 1,000 beavers upon this man.
That is a horror movie title.
Yeah, thousands
1,000
of beavers, something like that. Yeah, I just saw a meme that was it was a mix between that movie and One Battle After Another, so they called it One Beaver After Another.
It's called Hundreds of Beavers. Sorry,
Hundreds of Beavers. Yeah,
it's called Hundreds of Beavers.
I've never seen
I met the guy who made this.
Oh, nice. Did he have
was
a weird
at that
hat?
film festival. He did. He had that. I got to wear that. I guess it was
The
more of a
beaver
helmet,
cap?
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I've never seen the movie. I've never even seen anything with that guy, but I have seen one picture. No, it was I think it was like a reel or something. But he was like, people ask me what advice I have for them all the time. And I just say, well, put a character with a weird hat in your movie. And then when you wear that hat to the premiere, people will be like, hey, what's with the weird hat? And you tell them that they just have to see the movie and they'll get it. So.
And he was right.
Yeah, it works, right? All right, so that one guy was killed by hundreds of beavers. The thought's still
Crazy.
fresh in the
Crazy
frontiersman's mind. All right. The memory of this event, however, weighed very lightly with the two trappers. Okay, I guess it wasn't fresh in their minds.
Not that big of a deal. Not that. Wow, I can't talk. Not that big of a deal.
No, not at all. Who were as adventurous and hardy as others of their kind. They took their two lean mountain ponies to the foot of the pass where they left them in an open beaver meadow. That's your first mistake. They're going to come and get you.
You shouldn't have done that. You're going to lose those lean mountain ponies.
The rocky timber-clad ground being from there onward impractical for horses. They then struck out on foot through the vast gloomy forests, and in about 4 hours reached a little open glade where they concluded to camp, as signs of game were plenty. There was still an hour or two of daylight left, and after building a brush lean-to and opening their packs, they started upstream. The country was very dense and hard to travel through, as there was much down timber, although here and there the somber woodland was broken by small glades of mountain grass. At dusk, they again reached camp. The glade in which it was pitched was not many yards wide, the tall, close-set pines and firs rising around it like a wall. On one side was a small stream, beyond which rose the steep mountain slope, covered with the unbroken growth of evergreen forest. Okay, a curtain of trees around them, right?
Yeah.
They were surprised to find that during their absence, something apparently a bear had visited camp and had rummaged about among their things, scattering the contents of their packs and in sheer wantonness destroying their lean-to. The footprints of the beast were quite plain, but at first they paid no particular heed to them, busying themselves with rebuilding the lean-to, laying out their beds and stores, and lighting the fire. These guys seem kind of unbothered by that description.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they should worry more about things.
Yeah, they should be like, damn, something destroyed our camp. At the very least, a bear, right? So
I also think it's kind of exciting to imagine these guys as like opportunistic, unironic, like optimists. So where they come back to their camp and they see it that it's destroyed and they look at each other like, that just means we get to build it again.
See, what I'm imagining is like the intro, the like 20-minute silent intro to There Will Be Blood, where he like shows up with his partner and they're just building or they're like digging a well, right? Looking for gold. And instead they come across oil. And so they start building a deeper well to collect the oil. And then the one guy, his head gets bashed in by like a giant piece of lumber. And the other dude's leg gets broken. And then he has to like wander back in. But they're just like grizzled, stoic men, right? Who are just living life in whatever fucking year that movie took place.
I should say, I've never seen that movie.
Well, that's how it starts.
And I can't, like now, I have no idea what the movie's about.
It's about an oil tycoon.
Oh.
The first 20 minutes are about how he discovered his first well.
It should have been called There Will Be Oil.
Well, yeah, probably. Okay, well, shit, where was I? While Bauman was making ready supper, it being already dark, his companion began to examine the tracks more closely and soon took a brand from the fire to follow them up, where the intruder had walked along a game trail after leaving the camp. When the brand flickered out, he returned and took another, repeating his inspection of the footprints very closely. Coming back to the fire, he stood by a minute or two, peering out into the darkness, and suddenly remarked, "Bauman, that bear has been walking on two legs." Bauman laughed at this, but his partner insisted that he was right. And upon again examining the tracks with the torch, they certainly did seem to be made by two paws or feet. However, it was too dark to make sure. After discussing whether the footprints could possibly be those of a human being, and coming to the conclusion that they could not be, the two men rolled up their blankets and went to sleep under the lean-to. They're just like,
take a drink.
yeah, I didn't think we'd be able to take a drink in a story from the 1800s, but
yeah, that's pretty crazy. Better go to sleep now.
There's these two men that are like, there's something out there, but I'm too tired. Let's go to bed. At midnight, Bauman was awakened by some noise and sat up in his blankets. As he did so, his nostrils were struck by a strong wild beast odor, and he caught the loom of a great body in the darkness at the mouth of the lean-to. Grasping his rifle, he fired at the vague, threatening shadow, but must have missed, for immediately afterwards he heard the smashing of the underwood as the thing, whatever it was, rushed off into the impenetrable blackness of the forest and the night. After this, the men slept but little, sitting up by the rekindled fire, but they heard nothing more. In the morning, they started out to look at the few traps that they had set the previous evening and put out new ones. By an unspoken agreement, they kept together all day and returned to camp towards the evening. Yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah, y'all don't have to discuss that.
On nearing it, they saw, hardly to their astonishment, that the lean-to had again been torn down. The visitor of the
asshole.
Yeah. The visitor of the preceding day had returned, and in wanton malice had tossed about their camp kit and bedding, and destroyed the shanty. The ground was marked up by its tracks, and on leaving the camp it had gone along the soft earth by the brook. The footprints were as plain as if on snow, and, after a careful scrutineer of the trail, it certainly did seem as if, whatever the thing was, it had walked off on but two legs. The men, thoroughly uneasy, gathered the great heap of dead logs and kept up a roaring fire throughout the night, one or the other sitting on guard most of the night. About midnight, the thing came down through the forest opposite across the brook and stayed there on the hillside for nearly an hour. Jesus Christ. That's spooky as fuck, man. They could hear the branches crackle as it moved about, and several times it uttered a harsh, grating, long-drawn moan, a peculiar, sinister sound, yet it did not venture near the fire. Okay.
Huh.
In the morning, the two trappers, after discussing the strange events of the last 36 hours, decided that they should shoulder their packs and leave the valley that afternoon. They were more ready to do this because, in spite of seeing good game sign, they had caught very little fur. However, it was necessary first to go along the line of their traps and gather them, and this they started out to do.
Man,
the way people used to speak backwards kind of throws me off a little.
Yeah, I was literally about to comment on that. It's like, this is almost hard to read because nobody speaks this way.
Yeah. You might find some people in Texas who talk like this.
That's fair. Yeah.
They're all old as shit and probably going to be dead soon. But yeah.
There's two men that sit on a bench in San Saba, Texas. They've been old my entire life. And anytime my father and I would walk past them, they'd have something to say, right? Just any old thing. And walk by them and they'd say, "Having a count of rain soon." And the other would say, "Well, last time it rained, it happened for about 40 days and 40 nights. And like, that was it. Like, they weren't talking to themselves because, like, it's like they rehearsed it. But like, anytime you walk by, you overhear it. They're like the two guys from the Muppets, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're just sitting there chilling. They're kind of like they don't actually say a word to each other otherwise. But as soon as someone comes along, it's like, "Hey, check this out. Let's see if we can
let's do the rain
their
bit.
minds." Yeah. Oh man. Okay. All the morning they kept together, picking up trap after trap, each one empty. On the first leaving camp, they had the disagreeable sensation of being followed. In the dense spruce thickets, they occasionally heard a branch snap after they had passed, and now and then there were slight rustling noises among the small pines to one side of them. At noon, they were back within a couple of miles of camp. In the high, bright sun, their fears seemed absurd to the two armed men, accustomed as they were, through long years of lonely wandering in the wilderness, to face every kind of danger from man, brute, or element. There were still 3 beaver traps to collect from a little pond in a wide ravine nearby. Bauman volunteered to gather these and bring them in, while his companion went ahead to camp and made ready the packs. On reaching the pond, Bauman found 3 beavers in the traps, one which had been pulled loose and carried into the beaver house. He took several hours securing and preparing the beaver, and when he started homewards, he marked with some uneasiness how low the sun was getting. As he hurried towards camp under the tall trees, and silence and desolation of the forest weighed upon him, his feet made no sound on the pine needles, and the slanting sun rays striking through among the straight trunks made a gray twilight in which objects at a distance glimmered indistinctly. Man, sometimes when I read these like longer stories, it starts to just like blur in my mind. I'm like, am I making any sense? I'm reading the words. Is it making any sense at all? And sometimes when I'm editing too, I like catch myself like having kind of zoned out a little bit. Like I heard every word, but I can't remember exactly what I said or what you said.
I do that all the time.
And I'm like, well, I hope that makes sense because I'm not going back.
No turning back now.
All right. There was nothing to break the gloomy stillness which, when there is no breeze, always broods over these somber primeval forests.
Mm-hmm. Primeval.
Okay. I'm not sure what he means by that, but at last he came to the edge of the little glade where camp lay and shouted as he approached, but got no answer.
Oh, no.
The campfire had gone out, though thin blue smoke was still curling upwards. Near it lay the packs wrapped and arranged. At first, Bauman could see nobody, nor did he receive an answer to his call. Stepping forward, he again shouted, and as he did, so his eyes fell on the body of his friend, stretched beside the trunk of a great fallen spruce. Rushing towards it, the horrified trapper found that the body was still warm, but that the neck was broken, while there were 4 great fang marks at the throat. Okay. Kind of sounds like a mountain lion to me.
Yeah, mountain lion's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. The footprints of the unknown beast creature printed deep in the soft soil told the whole story. The unfortunate man, having finished his packing, had sat down on the spruce log with his face to the fire and his back to the dense woods, to wait for his companion. While thus waiting, his monstrous assailant, which must have been lurking in the woods, waiting for a chance to catch one of the adventurers unprepared, came silently up from behind, walking with long, noiseless steps, and seemingly still on 2 legs. Evidently unheard, it reached the man and broke his neck by wrenching his head back with its 4 paws, 4 paws, while it buried its teeth in his throat. Jeez.
Wow.
It had not eaten the body, but apparently had romped and gamboled around in uncouth, ferocious glee, occasionally rolling over it. It had then fled back into the soundless depths of the woods. Bauman, utterly unnerved, and believing the creature with which he had to deal was something either half human or half devil, some great goblin beast, abandoned everything but his rifle and struck off at speed down the pass, not halting until he reached the beaver meadows where the hobbled ponies were still grazing. Mounting, he rode onwards through the night until beyond reach of its pursuit. Okay.
Wow.
So he just turned tail and ran. He saw his dead friend and just got the fuck out of there.
Well, yeah. I mean, they only suffered like the torment of a single night, right? Like they were out there, heard some creepy sounds, saw a looming figure, and it was only, what was it, the next day that or was it 2 nights?
So they were there, I think, 2 nights, and then after the second night decided, get their shit and go.
Yeah.
Then the one guy got.
So, got.
Man, sucks for Bauman. That sucks more for his unnamed friend.
Yeah. Poor unnamed. R.I.P. unnamed friend.
Yeah.
Do you think Bauman took the second horse as well?
Okay, I was literally just wondering that because it doesn't specify. He would have had to, right? He didn't get his beavers or anything, so he needs to sell something.
He's yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So this was hard to get through for a completely different reason.
Right. It's extremely well read.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. There's recording of Roosevelt, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he. He was president in like the early 1900s or late 1800s into the early 1900s. So, yeah, there would have been like phonographs and stuff. There's probably a recording of him.
I kind of just want to listen to this guy talk for a while.
Well, I mean, he did some great things, but he was a horrible racist. No. Who hated Native Americans and really fucked over Panama to get the Panama Canal.
Mm-hmm.
He also coined that phrase. What is it? Speak softly, but carry a big stick, or something along those lines. Right. Yeah. Well, okay. Let's. We're about half an hour in now, so we can take a quick little ad break, and then we'll get back, discuss, and dive into some of these other little stories. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. So, any thoughts on what it might have been that old Bauman here saw? Well, or I guess he didn't see it, but he like encountered.
So, the walking bipedally, this is something that bears can do. Probably not for extended amounts of time.
Yeah.
I do not believe that a bear could sneak up on someone, and maybe I'll be proven wrong somehow one day when a bear sneaks up on me.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna go, huh?
Yeah, that's. Hopefully, you'll find me next to a fallen tree with my neck broken.
I mean, what's better, that or going out like Elvis style? You know?
What, like riddled with drugs?
Like a heart attack on the toilet.
Oh, is that how we went? Okay, I got my stories.
Yeah,
messed up.
There's probably a lot of drugs in there too.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, the whole neck injury thing. It does scream like predator, forest predator. However, the fact that they didn't eat the body is probably the most damning evidence of all.
Yeah. Well, okay, so he said the body was still warm. So, I mean, it could be that, when he came in and he shouted, he's like, "Hey, oh, it's me." Whatever this thing was like, "Oh shit," and like got the hell out of there, Man,
it was probably really close by, huh?
Yeah, it was probably watching him. It's a good thing he fucking turned tail and ran.
Booked it. Yeah.
But I don't know, like the whole bite to the neck definitely sounds like a mountain lion, right?
Yeah.
And it could be
like any big cat that's their go-to, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a calling card.
It could be that like a mountain lion literally, pounced on him, heard this guy come in and like took off. But I don't know what the other things he saw was. The big figure at the edge of their lean-to, and then I don't think it didn't sound like they saw the thing on the other side of the stream, but they heard it, right? And I mean, I don't know if we've heard like videos of mountain lions. I'm sure they would have noticed. I mean, being frontiersmen their whole lives, I'm sure they would have known what a mountain lion sounds like. Which, listener, if you don't know what a mountain lion sounds like, it's fucking terrifying. It literally sounds like a person being murdered. Like kind of like a feminine shriek. Mm-hmm. It's very unsettling.
Same thing with like a dying rabbit.
Yeah.
There's something so eerily terrifying about a rabbit that is being killed. Forgive me, listener. I don't want to be gruesome about it. But anytime, like if you're in like I don't know how many of you would do this, but if you go into like a hunting or recreational hunting shop, and there are like animal calls, a deer call is kind of a resonant kind of low rumble, and then an elk call is a high pitched kind of whine. Whereas to get a predator, you want to attract them not with their own sound, but with the sound of a dying animal. And a rabbit call is an awful sound, but it is almost a perfect replication of what a dying rabbit sounds like. And it is the saddest. It sounds like a person. Like it sounds like a human, like wailing in agony.
How do you know it's a perfect replica, huh? You sick bastard. You going around killing rabbits?
I lived in the country for a long time.
Yeah.
I've heard rabbits die.
See, I lived technically in the country in Puerto Rico. Not a whole lot of wildlife there. Like not what you would expect, you know. There were wild hogs. You'd hear those sometimes. You would rarely ever see them. Maybe a wild hog got this guy. I mean, they're cunning little bastards.
So I did look up the location of this place, the Bitterroot Mountains.
Yeah.
Montana, probably Montana. I don't know how much of the actual range spreads off into, I think, Idaho.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, wild hogs are, but they also travel in packs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not common to find a single one.
Well, there's a single one that lived behind our house in Puerto Rico. My uncle's missing a pinky because of it. It's funny because I'd never seen it. I might have heard it a few times, but every time my uncle would come, because he lived in New York, and I lived in the house that he owned in Puerto Rico, which sat at the top of a hill, and huge lot of property that was fenced in. But then beyond the fence on the backside of the hill, we also owned that field back there, which in Puerto Rico they call any field a finca, which kind of means like it means field, but like essentially like a farming crop field. Except we didn't farm anything back there. And every time he'd come back, he would just go out there sometimes. And I remember one day I just asked his wife, my aunt, and I was like, why does he go out there? And she's like, oh, he's looking for that bastard that took his pinky. And I was like, what? So when he came back, she was like, hey, show him your pinky. Yeah, he's missing a huge chunk of his pinky. He's like, yeah, there's a hog out there that I tried to catch him one time, and he took my pinky, and he would go out with a knife to hunt it. Like he literally wanted to face off with this thing like face to face, and I was like, oh, which is wild.
With a knife?
Yeah. I don't know what the gun laws are in Puerto Rico. He didn't have a gun there, but in New York he's got like a whole fucking arsenal. So I don't know why he doesn't just bring one of his guns and like hunt the thing properly. But
right.
Yeah.
No, this one's personal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he personally wants to be face to face with this thing when he watches the life drain out of its eyes. Now, this is kind of a weird fucking episode.
Did you ever see the movie The Gray?
Yes, yeah. With Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it reminds me of that scene with old man Neeson, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. But no explain. Teddy Roosevelt says goblin-like creature, so he clearly didn't have the imagination for anything
actually,
else.
You know what? To be fair, goblin was kind of a catch-all term for like humanoid monster thing.
Yeah. But he seems flabbergasted. He was intrigued by the story. I think he's probably looking at it the same way that we are. You know, like it's probably like a mountain lion, but maybe some kind of like bewitched mountain lion that walked on two legs. I don't know. This one's a mystery. I think the article that I got this from, paragraph at the end there that I didn't include in our script here, it concludes it. Roosevelt was obviously so impressed by the validity of the tale as to share it along with his own reflections of life in the wilderness, apparently believing a man as tough and stoic as the character Bauman, rendered able to hardly repress a shudder while reliving the distant memory as proof enough. Okay. He seemed like the kind of guy that would take at least a white man at his word. So,
so in felines, there is this condition called radial hypoplasia. I actually don't know what causes it. It might be hereditary, but it's where the radius bone of the cat's foreleg, is either underdeveloped or it's missing or it's just really short. But it usually causes them to walk like a T-Rex. And the only reason I know this is because of videos I've seen on like TikTok and whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a mountain lion that had this very special disorder. Yeah.
Maybe.
And a hatred for lean-tos.
Yeah. Yeah. So you putting this shit up in my backyard? Nope.
Not to. Yeah, he came that night to go destroy it again, but they woke up and fired at him.
This was technically around the Industrial Revolution, so this cat was really getting into real estate. And he was like, "Nope, not putting this shit up here."
Not in this neck of the woods, literally.
Well, all right. I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot of theories here. If you listener, this is a classic story. I'd never heard of it until we started this podcast, and I thought it was interesting and spooky enough that I wanted to include it someday, and I have now. But if you have a theory of what this could have been, obviously this is a Bigfoot episode, so we're going with Bigfoot. But if you have any theories on what else it could be or how this is definitely a Bigfoot, leave a comment. Let us know. But yeah, with that, let's move on to our other post here. Our next post here is from Reddit, from the Bigfoot subreddit, posted 12 years ago. It's simply titled, "Have you ever had an encounter with Bigfoot? Share your story here." It simply says, if you've shared them here before, it'd be awesome to have them all in one spot. Eventually, this will go in the Essentials links sidebar I'm working on. So let's hear them. And then I included here 3 stories that I pulled from this. Since I read that whole ass Teddy Roosevelt thing. Yeah.
Want me to take the reins on this?
That first one. Yeah.
All right. So story number 1 from all that says, "Not me, but a buddy of mine. Take a drink. His name was Bauman." No. He goes to
Uwharrie,
North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Okay.
Well, it is Appalachia, so.
Oh, fair.
Knows,
Yeah. Goes to this place in North Carolina quite regularly and camps with our friends. One night they were all sitting around. You what?
I said not you though.
No, not you.
Doesn't invite the OP.
No, this is me. Like I would just exclusively have stories of friends telling me about camping.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. One night they were all sitting around the campfire in the middle of. They were all sitting around the campfire in the middle of camp, doing what campers do, and a rock came in at an angle.
Okay, or immediately this does sound like you recounting a camping story from a friend.
Yeah,
they were by the campfire in their camp doing camping stuff.
In the middle of camp.
Yeah, and then a rock comes in.
And then a rock just kind of appears. I like that it says at an angle.
Yeah, what?
But like no matter which way it comes from, it's at an angle.
Yeah, unless it comes straight on at your forehead, it's probably at an angle.
Or it falls directly from the sky.
Can you imagine you're just hanging out with a bunch of friends, like around the campfire, like maybe you're telling ghost stories or just having a couple of drinks, and then all of a sudden one of you gets just pegged straight in the forehead with a fucking rock? What would you do?
If it was me that got pegged?
No, if it was your friend that got pegged. If it was you that got pegged, you'd probably just be like, what the fuck was that, right?
Yeah, my immediate thing would just be like, blame whoever I can't see at the camp.
If you're in Texas, the immediate reaction is probably like, guns out and cocked, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we like to go camping, but they sometimes second as hunting trips.
I think there are always hunting trips that second as camping trips.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? Earlier I mentioned that I'd never been to a national park. That is not true. I had stayed on a campsite at Big Bend National Park in Texas.
Oh, wait. Are there national parks in Texas?
I sure hope there are.
I think Texas might be the only state that doesn't have a national park. It might have just been a state park, but
it's it may have been a state park then. That's my bad.
Let me just look that up real quick. Make sure I'm not wrong. National parks in Texas. Let's see what AI has to say. No, yeah, you're right. Big Bend National Park in West Texas. Yeah. Okay. Well, nice. What the hell were you doing all the way out there?
I was hanging out with my friend Nolan. We went camping. We also went rock climbing without any equipment. And it was really dangerous. And then I fell into some cactuses at the very bottom.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue the story.
Sorry. Anyway, okay. Rock flies in at an angle. It was bigger than a golf ball and smaller than a baseball. This guy's talking my language. At first, he thought nothing of it. What do you mean? Take a drink, I guess. And then another one came in, and his dog was starting to look off into the woods.
Not
so
barking,
he picked
though.
it up, and what you said? What?
But not barking?
Not barking, just looking off into the woods.
Yeah, strange.
So he picked it up and threw it back into the woods. About 5 minutes went by, and another rock came flying in.
Okay.
5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Did y'all continue talking around this campfire?
It's the same rock. They had to find it in the dark.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Oh, God, it was a little bit bigger than a golf ball and smaller than a baseball, though.
So the size of a rock.
Yeah, about the size of a rock. Can you imagine a rock? Yeah.
Yeah, a rock that you'd pick up in your hand. Yeah, it was about that.
This time, it was much closer to him and about the same in size. His dog and another dog that was there started to bark off in the direction it came from. Again, he picked it up and threw it back. Then nothing happened until they went to bed. Okay. At about 2 or 3 a.m., the dog started going crazy inside the tent, and they heard loud noises coming from outside, which is 2 words for some reason.
Yeah.
A lot of beating and banging around. Something was going through their camp. He and his friends hopped up, grabbed
their guns.
Grabbed their guns.
Not when the rock came in, but sure enough, whenever.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Grabbed their guns but were too freaked out by what was going on at that time and from earlier. When they got up in the morning, after not much sleep that night, the campsite was a mess. Can't say for sure what was there. Oh, that's the end of the sentence. There was activity after they went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Could have.
Okay. I think the activity after they went to bed could have very well been a bear. Okay.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But the rock throwing is what has me curious. The next trip out, I plan on going with them and see what I can find. Only if you're invited, loser. I personally am an optimistic skeptic, and my friend did not think they were real until this happened. They, as in big feet.
The big fight.
The Bigfoots.
Well, be sure to bring your gun. Big caliber.
Yes.
Apparently your friends were packing small heat, so that's why they didn't go out. I have no idea. Okay, that's interesting. Uwharrie, North Carolina. Uwharrie. Huh. Yeah, the rock throwing is bizarre. I mean, if you don't prepare your camp properly in an area with bears, you're gonna get bears. Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just a bear's gonna show up. What could have been throwing the rocks? I don't know. I remember one time I went camping. It wasn't really camping. One time in Puerto Rico, we had tents for some reason. We never went anywhere to go camping, but we had,
Sure.
like I said, a huge plot of land that our house sat on. So one night my cousin was like, "Hey, you guys have those tents, right? Let's pitch them out back and let's just sleep outside tonight." And we're like, "Okay." So we did that. We pitched up a tent and we go in there and like it's already dark. We're laying down. We're not really asleep, but we start hearing like in the distance, like pretty far off, these weird like whooping sounds, which Bigfoot has been attributed with whooping sounds, like all those History Channel shows and stuff. It is something that kind of creeps me out about the idea of Bigfoot, is that you're just out there and you all of a sudden start hearing like whoop, whoop, whoop. But we start hearing something kind of like that, and I don't think there's Bigfoot in Puerto Rico. But my cousin immediately starts freaking out, like he wants to get the hell out of there, and I'm like, dude, what the hell could that possibly be? And his theory was monkeys. He was worried that monkeys were going to come fuck us up in the tent. And then like, I don't know. And I was like, monkeys? Now there is a zoo in Puerto Rico, and there is a vast kind of, I don't really know what to call it. It's called the Yunca, and it's essentially like a rainforest. It's just a giant jungle in the middle of Puerto Rico. And there's rumors that a bunch of monkeys escaped the zoo and now live there, but we weren't anywhere near that that forest. So
Right.
I don't know where those monkeys would have come from, but yeah, nothing happened. I think my cousin went inside and me and my twin brother just slept through the night. But yeah,
Here's what I'll say. A monkey, not that scary. A
I
group
don't
of
know.
monkeys,
yeah,
pretty scary.
I don't know. You encounter a single monkey at night in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure that's gonna freak you out.
The night monkey. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think I've talked about this on this podcast because I can't think of a reason why I would. I can defeat any animal in combat if I can grab it and break a limb. Like,
sure.
Yeah, because animals aren't dumb. They know when to back down. And if I can break the wrist of a monkey, it's done.
Yeah, maybe. I'd like to see you break anything on a bear.
Oh, no, but that's the thing. Bear is out. Like, there's no way, I don't think I could break anything off a bear, you know? And it doesn't have to be coordinated. If I can get my hand on the wrist of a monkey and twist, like just spin that monkey around.
Yeah, you're going to do some wrist control on a monkey.
Yeah. Like, I've done bouncer and security work for forever, right? I think I can handle a monkey.
Oh, well, I'd like to see that someday.
Now, like, if we're talking like apes, like orangutans, there's no chance.
No way.
Right?
A little like lemur monkey or something like a lemur or like a little spider monkey. Yeah, maybe. If you can get a hold of them, sure.
Well, here's the hard and fast rule. If I can pick it up, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if I can pick it up, I can slam it the fuck back down. Is like
what a weird
the fight's over.
Episode. They're just suggested animal cruelty left and right. All right, the second story here. I'll go ahead and read this one.
Go ahead.
But this one goes, 2 nights ago, my boyfriend went to take the dogs out back. My one dog started barking like crazy right away. My BF had a flashlight and quickly scanned the grass line where the woods start, where we normally see deer. And then in parentheses, they say our house is bordered by woods. I guessed that by the statement of scan the grass line where the woods start. Something made him shine a bit higher, and he sees 2 eyes staring back at him, about 9 feet off the ground. As my BF tries to hurry the dogs back inside, he sees the thing turn and casually walk back into the woods. Like a man. Like a man just disappearing into the woods.
Like a man.
Be a man. Disappear into the woods. Abandon your family. Just go into the woods. You know what's funny is I just watched the episode of The Office where Michael
Oh, I'm gonna fucking die.
tries to like go survive in the woods to prove that he's
yes.
manly. With arms and shoulders. Oh, sorry. Okay, there might be more to this. Like a man. There's a period. With arms and shoulders. Another period. I've never seen my BF so freaked out. He came inside and closed every single window and all the blinds, and refuses to let the dogs out in the backyard at night anymore. Well, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Better put some little doggy pads down. In hindsight, there have been a few instances in the past few weeks that we can't explain, like dog toys being down by the woods, which with bites taken out. But it was the placement of the toys and whatnot that makes us wonder. Also, a grunt/snort noise we heard recently. My BF cannot get over the size of this thing, and the fact that the eyes were so high off the ground. Yes, but the same thing, no? I asked him if he thought he saw Bigfoot. It's like, honey, I have to ask you.
We have to talk about this.
Do you think it was Bigfoot? He said after a minute of silence. Oh, here, let's act this out. You be the girl.
Okay,
ask.
Listen, I know the past few weeks have been pretty stressful with the dog toys and that grunt/snort noise we heard recently. But just to kind of get it out there in the open, I have to ask an important question. Do you think that you saw Bigfoot?
If I wasn't a believer before, I sure as hell am one now. Okay, that was a little overdramatic. Takes off the sunglasses.
Yeah.
We moved away the next summer. Wait, hold on. No. You said this was 2 nights ago. 2
nights ago, yeah.
And then we moved away the next summer. You're a fucking liar.
That sounds like someone's fucking lying.
Now one of these isn't true. But just moved back into that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just jumped to conclusions. No. Okay, hold on. The way this is written, okay, it says we moved away the next summer, but just moved back into the house June 1st. Okay, I'm guessing you meant to say we moved away last summer and just moved back in. Grammar, people. Otherwise, you get yelled at. I have a trail cam posted in the yard, but have yet to get anything on it. We live in the upper peninsula of Michigan, near the Michigan-Wisconsin border. I don't think I've ever heard a Bigfoot story out in Michigan before, but...
In Michigan, huh?
They're all over the place, so... Okay, yeah, that's fucking freaky, right? You, like, shine a light, see eyes 9 feet off the ground. That's,
Here's what I'm going to say about it, though.
Mountain lion.
Is that... I was not going to say mountain lion.
Up in Michigan by the Great Lakes. You know, near Canada where mountain lions hang out.
Yeah. Owl.
Yep.
Owls classically hang out pretty high off the ground.
And it would make sense that it would just casually turn its head, right? All you're seeing are the eyes. So owls have been known to freak people out in so many different ways. So
hey, let it be known, owls are freaky. Owls are scary, and they're bad luck to see during the daytime. Apparently, I've heard that. I don't know that.
I mean, I think they're pretty cool, unless you own like a small dog and you have to walk it at night, in which case, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, yeah. You've seen that video, right? You know what I'm talking about? Where that
no, I don't think so.
I think she's jogging or something. There's an owl flying very close overhead. I gotta find this video. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Give me just like half a second. Okay, here it is. It's on Reddit, funny enough.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but I can't like picture it in my head.
You're gonna want to listen to it with volume, with the volume on, just to listen to the footsteps.
Oh, jeez. Okay, this is not at all what I was imagining. Oh. Jesus. That would be fucking terrifying, man. Owls don't fuck around.
Owls are so scary.
So, listen, I'm sorry, I should have been describing it as I was watching it. But the video starts, it almost has like a UFO video. There's like, it almost looks transparent sitting there on top of a...
oh, yeah.
Like a power line. And like the camera kind of like rotates and then it's just kind of like locked onto this owl. And as they get further away, the owl jumps off and starts flying and like flapping overhead as if it's going to try to take the phone from this runner. The little at the end there.
Yes. Okay. So a very, very important note about this video is when the owl takes flight, the person holding the phone does like a dance. Like you can hear their feet shuffling because they don't know which way to go. And then the only sound that the recorder makes is this like kind of a yip. It's so funny. Anyways,
man,
that story was now.
That thing is owls are freaky, man. He probably caught, and if you catch it in the light, you know, you might see it, but if it's far enough, you'll probably catch is like the reflection of the eyes. So who knows? Okay, we're about at an hour now. After some editing, it might be a little less, but let's move on to this last little story here. I'll let you read it, and then we'll close out with a little video that I have.
Okay. Last story here. Didn't see but smelled a Bigfoot. Okay.
Well, okay, hold on. There was an odor mentioned in the Teddy Roosevelt story.
That's true.
So this person goes into detail about what it smells like, though.
Okay,
so.
well, I mean, it's a pretty long, a pretty full paragraph here.
Yeah.
Don't give shit one if you believe me.
Sure.
That's what it says?
Sure, yeah.
Riding motorcycles 20 miles into Lake Shasta logging roads. I was left behind by my faster friends. I was doing 15 or so, and boom. Sorry, your friends were going faster than 15 miles per hour? I was going 15 or so, and boom, I was hit by a smell that hit me on a primordial level. Dear God. Imagine 1,000 cab drivers plus 1,000 wet dogs rolled in shit and left to rot. It's like I knew that an apex predator was near, and my fight or flight response kicked in like it never has. Gassed it? You bet.
Yeah, they went
How
20.
do I know? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, souped it up
how
to
do
20
I know
miles
it
an
wasn't a
hour.
bear?
Out of there. Yeah, how did you fucking know it wasn't a bear?
You just fucking know. I can't and won't try to explain it. If you've ever encountered one, you will know exactly what I mean. It was like the first time I had sex.
Okay, what? The fuck?
That is the end of the sentence.
Okay.
The smells involved turn you on, and you realize you're an animal. You are an animal. This was similar in that you feel it in your gut and accept your fate. It's addictive. I want that feeling again, which explains the TV shows to me. You're just looking for that first feeling again.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they mean by the TV shows again.
That's the end of the story.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
That's the end of the story. What the fuck?
Yeah. I didn't read the whole thing. Honestly, after I read, I didn't see it, but smelled it. I was like, oh, this is going in. It's like the first time I had sex. What the fuck?
It was like the first time I had sex. The smells involved turn you on, and you realize you are an animal.
Who did you have sex with the first time? Jesus.
Okay, here's my argument. And again, this is from someone who's never encountered a bear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But has apparently encountered 1,000 cab drivers.
Yeah.
Is that if an apex predator has that noticeable of a smell, they can't be that good.
Yeah. Now, granted, I think animals know when there's a predator nearby, right?
Sure.
For the most part. At least the smart ones do. That's why they always go for the weaker ones. But, yeah. I mean, okay, so I guess I can kind of understand this. I have a feeling, like, I've never encountered a mountain lion, but I have a feeling that if I was being watched by one, I would get, like a suspicion, right? Like, the hairs on the back of my neck might stand up, and I probably wouldn't know why, but I would know to maybe fucking get a move on, you know? But, okay, the 1,000 cab drivers remark. A little racist, no?
Well, that depends. Where are the cab drivers from?
Are they in London?
Yeah, because I feel like 1,000 London cab drivers are going to smell different than 1,000 Chicago cab drivers.
Or New York cab drivers.
New York, that's a good guess too.
I was doing 15, okay? Okay, so to be fair, I think when you're going up like like an actual path, like up a mountain range or in a national park, they might set a speed limit that you have to like adhere to, like a strict one. But 15 is pretty slow.
15 is pretty slow, yeah.
Is like a fast bike, like, you know, like a
like a bicycle, yeah.
Yeah, that you pedal. But I don't know. It's strange to be like, man, that smelled like shit. I wish I could smell it again. I wish I can get that feeling again.
I wish, yeah, you're just looking for that first feeling again.
The feeling of what exactly, though? Danger? The unknown?
I guess. I mean, some people seek that, right? Like people watch horror movies because it makes you less anxious. Like, This is like studies have been done over this, where people who experience depression
Take a drink, y'all.
lose that depression when they watch horror movies, and I assume it has something to do with like, well, that could be me, and I'm not in that situation.
Yeah, it that's why all those horror fans look like that.
Yeah, they have a very specific look to them.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think it's going to do it for the stories. I do have a video. I sent this the other day, and I don't know if you watched it. It's in the it's under just general, I guess. This one here from the Cryptid subreddit. It's titled, "My dad had a brief encounter and sighting of Bigfoot while driving through Rochester, Washington today." Did you watch this video?
No, the one you shared, no.
Yeah. So when I first saw it, it made me laugh because it's long, and I'm not actually sure if it was a joke, but some of the comments got me too. So I'll let you watch that. It's about 30 seconds. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play it, and then afterwards you can. Oh shit!
I clicked on the owl video again. Hold on. Where did you post it?
In general.
In general?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
From the cryptids community on Reddit, my dad had a brief encounter, encounter and sighting, same thing, of a Bigfoot while driving through Rochester, Washington today. Here we go. Yeah. Beginning of video, we're driving along on a road. Seems to be a bug on the windshield.
And a crack
kind
too.
of a foggy evening, maybe morning.
It seems to
down
be
a double yellow laned road.
Shot in 480p. So
yeah, the camera angle is set up to where like
it's
you
like
could
almost
see
like
a deer
dash,
coming onto the road.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but not anything that's happening to the left of the car.
Okay, pay attention.
Oh, it's turning.
Because
what? Hold on. Okay, so my immediate reaction to what just happened. Just for the listeners to know, the driver is driving past what looked to be like gas stations, kind of side of the road attractions, stuff like that, like a motel. And then just next to what would be the fence line of a field is
a big blob,
a lumbering figure.
Yeah.
Now, I think I could get away with this by cutting a piece of wood.
It does look like a cutout, doesn't it?
Yes. It. Are you familiar with those leaning cowboy cutouts?
Yeah,
that people like put on barns. That's what this reminds me of.
Those would get me sometimes in Texas when I was driving around at night. I'd be like, "Oh, no, it's just a fucking piece of wood." But yeah, it literally just looks like a fucking little cutout, and I'm guessing that's what this is because this guy is filming. And hold on, let me see if the camera like tilts at all. Yeah, the camera pans over to this thing.
Yeah.
So I think this is literally just a guy who saw that driving one way and was like, "Oh, let me get this for my son." Turns back the other way and films it. Right. I'm not sure if this is a tongue-in-cheek post or not because there's no responses from the OP in any of these comments. But let's just read a couple of these comments and then see. My favorite one was this first one here that simply says, "Is your dad's camera from 1982? Because it looks like shit."
Yeah, it looks awful.
Another one here says, "Another epic Bigfoot sighting brought to you by the 1999 Nokia flip phone." And of course, the third comment here is literally just saying, "Looks like one of those fake Bigfoot signs. I see them everywhere."
Right there.
Yep. That's how intuitive of you to, insightful, I guess.
Yeah.
This person here says, "Yeah, Bigfoot, the next gas station, LOL."
Next to the gas station.
Next to the gas station, yeah. Let's see, someone else here. Goes looking for Bigfoot, finds him, keeps driving. The spirit of discovery lives on. Sure. I'm wondering how many people here actually think this is Bigfoot. A lot of these just seem like jokes. Someone here says, "I guess Bigfoot was grabbing a pack of smokes from the gas station right there." Now, we discussed that rest stop you went to. Oh my God, what was it called?
Jackass Joe's.
Jackass Joe's.
UFO jerky.
Did they have like any cutouts around the outside of the building?
I don't remember any. It was just the characters made of cars there.
Yeah, that's right. The Lightning McQueen and the Mystery Machine. Let's see. Someone here says, we definitely know what it isn't Bigfoot, though it does resemble a weather-prepared hitchhiker or someone maintaining their property. Could also be a roadside silhouette cutout ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's the latter, my guy. See another comment here. I'm not saying Bigfoot isn't real or is real, but if he was, I'm sure he'd avoid highways. Probably. I don't know. Deer are wild and they get hit all the fucking time, right?
Plenty of animals dead on the side of them things, huh?
Yeah. Someone here says that was the Cookie Monster. All right.
Oh. That's a fiction I haven't entertained before.
Another comment here. Some big dude getting his mail. To which someone replied there, I mean, what is every Bigfoot encounter if not just some big dude getting his mail? Sure.
I guess so.
This guy here says, I thought Bigfoot would have been bigger. Whatever it is looks pretty average height compared to that fence post / mailbox.
All right.
Yeah. That someone else, Dad has that bag phone dash cam. I think he was holding the phone. So, or whatever camera he was using. Let's see if I could find one funny one to end on. There's one here with redacted bits on here. Let's see, it says, such wow, looks exact like a real statue or average cutout sign of Bigfoot that was seen everywhere. So yeah, of course it's real bullshit. And filmed with a high quality Super 8 camera even. All right.
Jesus.
No. Let's see. This person's flared with Lizard Man Lurker.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Says that one location is way too populated. Quite a few buildings and other drivers. If a Bigfoot was spotted, it would be bigger news. 2, oh, I see. 1, that location, blah blah blah. 2, I'm 99% certain he had encountered with a Bigfoot cutout. That or a random dude. Also, I know dash cams don't get the best video, but that was way too blurry. He seriously needs a new one. Okay.
I really like the address in this right? Like this.
Yeah.
This commenter is commenting on the video that was posted by a user, but keeps referring to him as he.
And then I'm going to end on this comment because I think it's funny. This video was 33 seconds too long. Yeah, it was 34 seconds and it only needed to be the one. Seconds. Hey, yeah. People, when you post on the internet, when you're posting something interesting, there's a tool in your phone when you record a video. You can edit and then it allows you to trim the video. Why don't you go ahead and fucking do that whenever you post something online? Good God, am I tired of like seeing anything on these paranormal subreddits and having to sit through fucking a minute of nothing before getting to whatever the hell it is that people are trying to show you. It doesn't even have to only be 1 second. 1 second's too short, right? Make it 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Fucking Vine was a thing. TikTok used to be only a few seconds long. Like, it can be coherent in that short of a time. Don't fucking bore us with your long ass nothing, you know?
So there is one comment I do want to read. It's very short. It's by Fair Jacket 58. It just says, the camera is not that bad. Anyway.
Right. Anything that you had to share before we end this episode?
No. I do have an idea for a segment for the show. I kind of want to find related listings for like items for sale online. Okay. Like, I don't know, the next time we talk about ghosts or aliens or what have you, or anything like that. I kind of want to see if I could find something associated for sale online and read out a listing for that.
All right. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you guys can expect that at some point in the future.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, that is gonna have to do it for this Bigfoot themed episode. I'd like to say thank you to Dale Spalding and Ender Music for our intro, as well as Sean over at OhThatSean.com for our podcast art. But mostly I'd like to thank you for listening, and also Bigfoot for the episode. If you have any suggestions for spooky subreddits, websites, or even just a story you'd like us to read from, go ahead and drop those suggestions in the comments, or you could send them to us directly for us to read on this show at PONDPOD on Reddit.
Yeah, I have a feeling that now that we've covered Bigfoot in a whole episode, it's going to be like the Bader Comp effect, and we're going to be seeing Bigfoot stories just everywhere. So
constantly.
If you're enjoying this show, you can do a couple of things for us, such as leave a 5-star rating and review, or comment on whatever platform you listen on. You can also check out some of the other shows we do, such as Sequel Factory, where we watch a movie and pitch an idea for a sequel that nobody asked for, with our good friend Jet Kuso. And you can catch Mr. R and Mr. E on the Dirty 22 for some D&D fun. Now that we've covered Bigfoot, I'm sure we've mentioned this idea before, but I really want to start a sister podcast to this, or maybe even just a segment we could put on this feed every once in a while, where we watch just god-awful Bigfoot movies, because there's a plethora of them on Tubi, and I'm sure they're all a gold mine. So look, just keep your eye out for that. I don't know, maybe we'll do a test episode, post it on this feed, and see what people think, or how we even feel about it, and then I don't know, maybe you'll have something else to listen to in the future too. But we've been a Paranormal Dudes, ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even frighten. So remember, if you can't explain it, there's a mountain lion on 2 legs. And until next time, stay tuned and stay haunted. Okay.
I like it when you do the musical intro.